Hello, folks. I'm Sergeant Canales, Mike Canales with the Travis County Sheriff's Office. I'm acting incident command for the Sheriff's Office at the Steiner Ranch subdivision. The first thing I wanted to mention is early this morning, we decided to go ahead and go with the repopulation plans for Steiner Ranch subdivision. One thing I'd like to mention is that at about approximately 11 o'clock this morning, those plans were implemented and they went very, very smoothly. One thing I'd like to do is thank the residents of the Steiner Ranch subdivision for their cooperation. I know that it was very frustrating a time for them, and it was just absolutely fabulous how we were able to get everybody in the subdivision safely and without any incident. One of the other things that I would want to mention to the citizens of the Steiner Ranch subdivision is that Travis County Sheriff's Office will continue to have a large presence within the subdivision throughout this whole ordeal. We will continue to be there this evening, into the night, and into tomorrow. So we will be there for the citizens and for any of their needs throughout this whole ordeal. Thank you. Anybody have any questions on that?
Tony, can you clarify on we know what the cause is here, but you were looking at something suspicious in what other situation?
We did have one incendiary fire that occurred yesterday, and we did identify the responsible party. However, that was a smaller fire. In the large fires that we've been dealing with over the last 72 hours, in each and every one of those, we have not found anything at this point to lead us to believe that they're incendiary in nature. However, they are still ongoing open investigations.
Where was this intentionally set fire?
It happened in the Oak Hill area.
How large?
It was contained to approximately 3/4 of an acre.
What did it involve? Someone throwing a match or a cigarette?
That's still an open investigation at this point. Charges haven't been filed. Interviews are still being conducted.
Forgive me for coming late, and you probably already answered this, but in terms of the Steiner Ranch fire, do we know the cause? Do we know where it might have started?
Preliminarily, we have found some unusual activity in the power line in the area of origin. Once again, we're going to hold off on making a final conclusion until we've had a chance to have electrical engineers examine it in detail.
What does that mean, unusual activity in the power line? Like a tree could have fallen on it, or something tampering?
That's correct. It would be accidental in nature, what we're looking at, but due to the high winds, we had winds that were gusting up to close to 40 miles an hour. Couple that with the low humidity level that's unusual normally for this area, Central Texas, we're knocking down into the teens. And obviously we all know that we're in an exceptional drought and have been for months, if not a year. So when you put those three things together, you create the perfect storm. We had a fire less than an hour ago out in the east part of the county that was started by a lawnmower. Normally we have humidities that are well above 50%, even during periods of drought like this, and normally the wind's coming out of the south. However, in this particular situation, over that 48-hour period of time, we had winds coming from the north. It cooled things down. Our humidity dropped down in the teens, and with coming off the drought, in the middle of the drought like we are, any ignition source at all is devastating what it can cause and how fast it can grow when you have 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts. Even our constant wind was between 10 and 20 mile an hour range. The one thing that's been our savior today is that our wind speed has been much lower, as y'all have all witnessed.
Mike, any things strange in regards to security-wise? You know, have y'all had to stop anybody, send somebody out that might have been casing or anything like that? But everything been locked down pretty tight?
Yeah, everything's been locked down pretty tight. We haven't had any incidents or any reports of any type of strange activity. So it's been fairly good.
How long are y'all going to stay in the neighborhood?
We're going to be committed to stay as long as it's needed to make sure that everyone has come in. I don't have an estimate of exactly how many people have actually repopulated the subdivision, but I'm sure it's not everyone has come back. So we're going to continue to have a presence within the subdivision, like I said, tonight, tomorrow, and then we're going to reevaluate the situation then.
Is that also to keep any looters away or anyone who may go to the areas where maybe half a home is burned and try to go in and get stuff?
Obviously that is a concern, but one of the other concerns is that it's a safety hazard as well. We want to make sure that that area is clear the people that own those homes have an opportunity to go to those homes, but at the same time, people can get injured in those areas. So we want to keep people away from there. We would like to have even the homeowners or the people that live in the subdivision to stay away from those areas, because those are just some dangerous areas. As far as we haven't had a single report of looters. We've had the subdivision pretty locked down pretty good since the beginning of this incident, and I don't foresee any of that to be reported.
Chief, I see crews watering down back there. Is that what we're going to be doing throughout the night?
Okay, yes. People are watering back. We've got about, still about 60 firefighters working active fire. This fire's not contained yet. We decided jointly to let people in early so they could tend to business and get back to what their normal lives are. So basically, people are going to have to work with firefighters in their backyards for some time. We're still working on containing this fire. So yes, there's going to be water spraying. We've got an aerial apparatus up now, and it's watering down areas. So that's going to continue through the day, tomorrow, and it'll probably continue through the rest of this week for several days. When the humidity is this low, like Chief Calloway told us, as it gets this bad, it's not a grass fire. The trees are burning, the brush is burning, everything else is burning, and those fuels sometimes are large, and they take a long time to consume and a long time to put out. So we're going to have smoke in the area for the next 3 to 5 days, and we're going to continue to keep crews out there and contain that. But getting people in is so important to get their lives back and get everything taken care of. You know, they've got to take care of their house, and they've got rotten food in there now. They've been without power for 3 or 4 days. It creates some problems for homes. So it's good to get them back to normal. And we think we can work with this community. We just ask for them to be patient and understanding.
Any advice you need to give them so they don't accidentally start another fire?
Yeah, I mean, just be careful outside. You know, we'd ask people to limit their outdoor cooking and outdoor barbecues. Be careful if they're using candles right now. Most people have power back. There's just a lot of danger. Just be fire-wise when you're working with us. We'd really appreciate that.
Sorry if you answered this already, but is it, I mean, the fire's only about, what, half, 45% contained?
Yes, sir.
People are being let in. Is that because the area that's contained is the area that's closest to the homes?
The problem is the fire burnt in fingers. And if you look at my hand, and I've shown this to a few of you guys, you get pockets in the fingers. And they're hard to contain, but that's where the homes are. The homes are out there at the ends of these fingers on these little cul-de-sacs and little ridges where they get a good view and they're overlooking stuff. So we're still working with hot stuff in their backyard. It's hard to cut fire line in that environment. So because of that, we're having to put engines in people's backyards, and then we're still going down into the area that burnt and pulling up those areas too. So it's a combination of backyards and farther out. So it's just going to take a while to contain this. It's going to be slow and tedious.